much, Jeremy, and really appreciate this initiative, Helen and you, Shelton, Jeremy, and the other colleagues. As you see, we are in this critical time of COVID, and we didn't know what to take us to connect again, but this is so innovative. As Jeremy has said, just introducing the project, saving the critical endangered rivering fishes, and the background to this work, go to the next slide, Secure. Background to this work is Secure. Next slide.
Yeah, it seems it has, not sure what has happened. Okay, all right. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So the work on especially referring fish biodiversity data collection in Malawi started quite early, as 1930s. And since then, we've had quite a bit of data that's been generated. But at the same time, we have seen that there's more publications on terrestrial biodiversity compared to the riverine and particularly the fisheries. And one key challenge which we've come up and which we realize and which we face is that this data, which has been so much collected, a lot of it collected in the early explorers, but it's very inaccessible for the use of the users. And most of it now is in hard copies. It is also spread out among stakeholders and in different formats. I mean, you talk about the early days of Treweverse for those of you who are freshwater gurus. But all this is actually stuck up in hard copies. So the goal of this project, therefore, was to address the lack of sufficient information accessibility on the status and biology of these riverine species from freshwater bodies of Malawi. In particular, here we talk about the Lake Malawi freshwater species. Move on. And the specific objectives was one, to develop a Malawi fish biodiversity portal for data sharing. Again, this speaks to some work which is going in the region. So to see how this portal can become or can be twinned up with the portals in the region. Also to mobilize and publish river fish data and other fish data from these particular species, rivers which flow into Lake Malawi. And these are Rua, South Rikuru, Litipe River, and other key biodiversity areas that have been identified through the IUCN. So IUCN had a project already before this one, again funded by GRS, and which managed, or through that project, they managed to identify key biodiversity areas. The second aspect of it was to enhance biodiversity monitoring, data capturing, through introduction of mobile app, and we're going to hear about this here, and also to have institutional strengthening capacity and capacity development for fish biodiversity. Now, to do this work, we had to set up a project. So we had a project which was running from 1st January to 31st December 2022. But before this, we had a project running grant through which we developed these strategic partners which are in place now. So through that planning grant, we'll see that we had these partners, Department of Fisheries, which is responsible for data mobilization and through the KPA areas. We also had the capacity building, which they are doing with in taxonomy, and also to build capacity in species identification. What we noted is that there's been a challenge in terms of our capacity, even the species identification up to now. So most of the area researchers, they're either not here in Malawi, they've published work. Particularly, we have in the rivers, we have a well-known colleague whom most of you might well, Dennis Twedo, who has worked a lot on these rivers. And also the other partners include the IUCN and SIAP. Like I've said, so IUCN, most of you who are doing freshwater, you can't go without the name of William Dow, whom we are working with, and Dennis Twedo, as I've mentioned already. So IUCN is responsible for capacity building on integrated biodiversity tool, IBAT, also linking fish biodiversity data that were collected in their GBIF project on Lake Malawi catchment, also providing technical backstopping in project implementation based on the experience, and also facilitating the linkage with SIAP, South African Institute of Aquatic Biology in Grahamstown. For taking, now it has changed the name. I used to study there, so it's the name of Grahamstown is stuck in me. For technical expertise on fish identification, and also at the Lilongwe ourselves, we are the host partners. So to have hosting the national portal, mobilizing data from thesis and other international experts, mobilizing data from students, academic research, publishing data from partners, and planning and facilitating exception workshop and operate outputs within the partner in government and influence the utilization policy planning. And also ICT department of Rwanda to kind of be the anchor of this. Then we also have got other partners, which is National Commission for Science Technology, which is the GBIF node manager, and which is facilitating the publication and training of bioinformatics data on the GBIF, the global biodiversity. We also have got the partner, Nugsoft, in this project, who are the main developer, and Vincent also is main partner for Fisheries Research Institute, a similar band on this call. So, who are the key people who have assisted us? In fact, when we started this in the planning grant, we went to Uganda, met with Fisheries Research Institute, and who actually advised us and linked us to Nugsoft. So again, you can see that as a region, we're actually developing the whole network in this area. So Nugsoft remain developer, and the data portal through sharing of portal prototype,